All right, so this is going to be a little tutorial on how I build tracks and how we build tracks with Clarity for our weekend gatherings, and it might not be all inclusive. We'll see how this week's goes, and hopefully I don't move too fast. But anyways, here we go. So first thing is to pull up our set list for this week. This coming weekend is January 22nd. I'm going to Planning Center. These are the songs I want to pull up. So first thing I usually do is I open up the worship tracks set list. Now I kind of preloaded these already, but if this was not done, what you would do is just delete everything from last week's, and then every time you make a change, go ahead and hit save. MainStage wants to quit unexpectedly every once in a while. And then you're just going to go over here and you're going to edit, duplicate, and you drag this down. You can also hold down the command and D, which I'm going to do, and hit that 2 more times. At this time, I usually like to go ahead and hit save again. And then I'm going to do this thing called clean up. What that'll do is it'll erase all the tracks that we used for the last week, and then you'll find it here in the trash, you see. And that's just a lot of files, and it takes up space on your hard drive. So go ahead, hit clean up, and I hit save again. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit consolidate, and most of the time this makes the program crash. Let's see if it happens this time. Yeah, it does. So you just got to do that. The reason why it probably crashes is because there's nothing to consolidate. Maybe you don't have to do that. But I hit save before I did that, so it should keep it from doing anything that I don't want it to. So anyways, go back here, open up the worship tracks. While I'm at that, doing that, I will change the songs. Do what you want. And then this is close. And the last one is forever. All right, and then the next thing we want to do is just change the tempo. So I have them kind of poking out here. So 114. Also, we want to make this the #1 program change. Have this in order. This is 2. Closest is 85. And then forever is 72. And then, like I said, file, save. And from now on, you're going to see me not go up there. I'm just going to hit Command and S, hit save. Okay. So that's that. Everything's ready for that. We're ready to put music on there. So the first thing we do is we go over here to our drive, and we go over drive. We go to projects, Logic, songs, do what you want to. This is our first song. We never really play the second, so we don't have to worry about a pad intro. And I just want to make sure that right now our current settings are the pad is at -3 dB, which is fine. And I already know that it is fine, but hopefully in this next one, maybe there'll be some things I need to change so I can show you how to get to the MainStage part, where you export the files into here. So then basically what you need to do is just go to here to MainStage. I hit View, Hide Workspace. This is called the workspace. And then this gives me an extended view. I'm on a second screen, so that's why this is a little larger. A little bit larger than your laptop. So all we really do here is we just match the numbers. You see 17 goes on to 17. Oh, wrong song, wrong forever. We go do what you want to. There you go. 17, 18, 19. You can also just drag it right over here, and it'll add it to the same thing. 21, 22, 23, 24. There you go. And we'll just double check, make sure everything is okay. All right, and then what are we going to do again? Hit save. And then the thing we're going to do is after we hit save, we're going to consolidate. And basically, what MainStage does right now is this file, it's going to reference it to the external hard drive. And on Sundays, we don't have the external hard drive hooked up. Plus, we want to utilize the speed of this computer's it's a solid state SSD hard drive. So it'll actually work faster if we use it off of this computer's hard drive. So the thing we want to do is hit consolidate, because what consolidate does is it copies all of the files that are needed for this file, for this MainStage file to work, copies it all in one place. And so that's something we want to do. You hit consolidate and then you hit save, and then we move on to the next song. So next song, so we'll close this out, save. Next song we want to go to is Close. I know we haven't done that one in a while, so go into the old hard drive. What key are we going to do this one? Key of, what do we see here? Key of E. We'll do that in key of E. So I'll pick up this just because I want to have it on the Clarity Mini. I'm going to go ahead and drag it there and then open it and work from it from there, because it's not in here yet. So move this to close. Let that open up. Takes a little bit. Then we'll just open up that file. So let's see what's in here. Okay. This is the look we have here for this song. So so what we need to do is make sure that all the settings match. For the clicks and cues, this is what we call a stack track. So all these tracks underneath, we have that at 0 dB. Jazz kit, which is the, if you listen to it, it's the actual click. That'll be that, in our offbeat, which is shaker sound. That will be at -3, and then our cues are -6. Now I need to go in here, and a new thing we've done is, so I hold shift down and it'll let me take these. So each of the offbeats, the velocity of taking it down to 110. So it has kind of a
intro to.
I don't know if you can hear that or not, but anyways. So here we go. Let me see, look at this. Now I need to, the intro is too quick, so I'll just go, I'll add, what I usually do is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'll just drag this all over. And then with my external hard drive plugged in, I go to Media, All Files, select the computer, select the drive that I want to use, and go to Cues here. And then so we have 1, and I just drag this on, and it'll always snap to the first beat. So even if I try to do 2 and I want to put it on beat number 3, it won't. It'll have to go first. I have to find a measure where it'll just go, and then I can drag it over. So I want to put this on beat 3, so it kind of has that 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 sound. So it'll go like this.
1, 2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
Great. And something new we've done is always added here at the beginning. Just start. And this will make sense when we look back over at the Pro Presenter place again. Again, always save your project after any kind of changes. I want to make sure that that this is, we move that, so we need to extend the click over so that it ends.
And 2, 3, 4.
Okay, great. One of the things we need to do is grab the pad from the end of Do What You Want To, so that there's a seamless transition. This is no longer relevant because this is from another file. So we'll delete that. I'll just hit delete. And then I'll add a new software instrument file. And if you go to user patches, you'll see this is our pad sound, and then you need to kind of drag this into the stack track. Now we're ready for grabbing the patch from the other. So let's go back to do what you want to, open that page. Then we are going to go to the end of this song. I double click here, and if you notice, this is the last pad. It always extends past the end. All I'm going to do is just copy this. You can also hit Command C. I'll go to this song here. I'll make sure I'm at the very beginning. Make sure I've got this track selected, and I hit Control V or paste. Then I want to make sure that this is at -3 dB as well. And let's just listen to it.
1.
Good. And what we want to do is I right click, bounce in place, new track, mute source, include audio tail, include volume pan automation. And then I go like this. It will bounce that track. I don't need this anymore, so I can delete that. And then what I usually try to do is I guesstimate. I just drag it over. What I try to do is I try to find on this track where it goes low again. You don't want to start from the very beginning because otherwise you'll hear like a difference in volume when we go between songs. So you just go between there. Then we want to find a good spot for this to fade.
1.
So we have this.
2. Intro. 2, 3, 4.
So I want this song. I don't like how this fades into the air. Let me see here. I want this to fade into right in the beginning at 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of right when it starts. So that means we'll try to crossfade. Oops, wrong track. And ignore that, that is my printer. And then, there we go. Let's listen to this.
1, 2. Intro. 2, 3, 4. Chorus. 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I think that sounds good. Let's go listen again.
Intro. 2, 3, 4.
That's a little fast on there, so let's just...
2, 3, 4. Intro. 2, 3, 4. Intro. 2, 3, 4.
Seems really fast.
Intro. 2, 3, 4. Two. Intro. 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I know why. This needs to be -3. It's too loud. Okay. Oh, this, I'll have to drag it here. -3. And I gotta make sure down here it's the same. Does it, where's it go? So, I'll just delete this. There, everything should be -3. Maybe that'll sound better. Let me see here.
1, 2. Intro. 2, 3, 4.
Maybe if I extend that closer.
Intro. 2, 3, 4.
That's a little better.
Intro. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that works for me. Right. And then when I hit undo, I got rid of that start, so I'll have to do this again. Okay. We got pad here, pad here. Pad here is -3. And that looks good. So we will export. I should turn this off there. Export this pad, and I wonder if we have it in MainStage, or we'll have to Okay, so we're gonna have to do a whole new thing. So what I do is I create a new folder, I title it the name of the song, and then what I do in parentheses is I put the key that it came from, which was D. If you do what you want to this song, which is an E. That way I know kind of how the transition goes, and then I know what key this is in. Create that track, make sure include volume pan automation is on, and then click save. Boom. And then we'll just export the rest of the tracks as well. Did I normalize? Okay, no. Overlay. Directionally. Okay. Make sure the setting 0, 0, -3, -6. That's good. Make sure all our markers are in the right place before we go. Okay, great. And we'll hit. I'm just going to hit Command E, which is to export. Great. Export this. We just go down along each track. Maybe I'll fast forward. Okay, so that's that. Now we have those. We can go back to MainStage. Go to our Finder. "30-minute drive, MainStage songs, close." And then it's really, this song 17, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess so. That's it. Okay. So we will go here. 17. And then 19, and 19 is always lead guitar. 20 is always rhythm, electric. 22, rhythm keys. Not always that, but if there's any type of keys, it's usually in 22. And then the reason why I put this pad in 23, that always stays the same. Now, if we did have background vocals, we usually put background vocals in channel 21. Great. So, oh no, I put it on the wrong song. Shoot. All right. There you go. I'll have to go and fix that with the other songs. 3. So if I go back here, do what you want to. I need to go
1, 2, intro, 2, 3.
So it automatically starts. Don't be surprised by that.
1.
If I just hit spacebar, it'll stop. So I need to go here. Clicking cues. I think this was a lead electric. 20, 22, 23. So 20, 22, 23. All right, let's just check all these. Click it, do what you want to. Do what you want to. Now I'm hitting Command W to close this, just to do it quickly. And make sure all the songs say do what you want to. There you go. What you want. Do what you want. Okay, so let's take a listen to it. I'll have to click on, just click on it. It should start automatically.
2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
For the end.
1, 2, 3, 4, trash can.
Now if we did this right, the patch should seem seamless.
1,
and it is.
2,
Good.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
Awesome. There you go. We got our first two songs. Now to do our last song. Now save. Remember? Oops. So, save. After all of our changes. Consolidate. And then save again. Cool. So we have the end of, we can keep close up. And then we just want to open up our last song, which is Forever. Do we not have this on here? Huh. Okay. We are going to go to our backup drive, which has a lot of the stuff on it. Forever. And what key are we doing this in? G. So version 2. So open up a new tab. Oops. AV drive. Forever. I'm going to go ahead and create. Forever. Okay. Forever. I don't know why this is version 2, but every once in a while I'll change things. So we'll see what this looks like in just a second once it's done uploading. Okay, great. So we can open this file. And remember, the first thing we want to do is make sure that the pads, so this has a fade out here. But what I want to do is, I still want to honor that, but I want to move that down to, remember, -3, because all of our pads are -3. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Before I do that, hit undo. Why do they have that on a stack track? That should not be on a stack track. Okay, I'm going to add another synth track. And I'll make sure it's on the user patch there. So this stuff should not be right there. That needs to actually be X out of that. Don't erase. It needs to be on its own track. And I'll copy the settings. Actually, I don't need to do that. Let's erase these. And so we'll zoom in here just a little bit. Delete these little points. Oops. Really got to get on it sometimes. There you go. Great. So that, what that means is when there's none of that, you can really just go back and forth here. So I just want to keep this at 0. I want to let the overall volume thing control the levels. Okay, see, it's at 0 here. Why is it wanting to do that? I told it to go to -3. Oh no, I did say 0. So this needs to go to, overall needs to go to -3. And make sure it ends at -3. I will zoom out here. Oops, wrong one. Zoom out. do this here. This is so I could see the waveform like this. So this needs to drop to -3. That all works together, and then it'll fade out. So let's take a listen. If I hit solo, just listen to the tracks. If I hit unsolo,
Verse 2, 3, 4.
okay, great. So that's that. Now we just need to get the transition pad. So this is the transition pad from whatever song we had before. But we need to grab this from close. So we'll go to the end of this song. Let me get these windows out of the way. Zoom out. Where's the pad track? Right here. Double click on this. I usually don't like to be in this view. Click on there. So this is the very last right here. This is the last pads. So I'll just, you can either right click, copy, or Command C, switch over to this song. I'll delete this because I don't need this. And again, remember, add a new software instrument, create user patch pad. And I want to make sure that this is in here. With that selected, go back to the beginning, and I'll just paste it. Now, there's a problem. Oops. So I don't like to have this on. Let me try that. The MIDI, this note is extending, so what I want to do is it's extended, so I want it to match the rest, so I just have to select that one MIDI, drag it so it's about the same, and then I can just take this and drag it right there. And then I can drag this to the beginning, move, great. Then right click, bounce in place. All the settings are correct. It should be quick. See the wavelength looks really big. That's because I did not make sure it's at -3. So -3, I need to mute on off so I can have it back again. So and let's bounce in place again. And you can see the wavelength looks a little bit different this time. Okay, then again, we want to drag it over, kind of about like right there. So usually I try to find where there isn't a peak. So for instance, see, like you can go like right there, that'd be a good place. And then all we do is we drag this to the very beginning, and then let's put this back on, and then we I can get rid of this to the way. Take this down. So we can, now we just need to make sure the transition between pads sounds okay. So usually you want this to die down a little after. And I'll start the transition around like right here. Let's see how this sounds. We'll solo this. Sounds a little too soon. Okay, that sounds okay. Let's see how it sounds with the whole song.
1, 2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
You know what? I want this pad to start right when everything comes in. So I'm going to move this here and here. I think you'll hear what it sounds like. It'll sound like this.
1, 2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
solo this. Oh, that's right, I have to start from the beginning. So sometimes the MIDI doesn't work if you start in the middle of the MIDI because it doesn't actually trigger, so you have to start in the beginning. Yeah, I like that.
1, 2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
Great, so this is the last song, and what we try to do is we have a pad at the end, but then we want the pad to die out, but not too soon, so that you kind of judge the prayer. So we have the chorus here. Now, one thing I've learned is we have to move the pad to start its descent earlier. So, also, this is not in the right place. Right, there you go. So, I want this to start here. I want this to die a little bit quicker and then stay longer. So, about right there. That sounds good. Save. And then, do we already have this? Let's check. Clarity Mini Drive, MainStage, Songs. We don't. Okay, so new, forever. And we're going from the key of E to G. So just click on File, hit Enter, E to G, and then we get to export all these files. Take this off of this here, hit Save, and then let's go for it. Click the cues, make sure that's there. 0, 3, oh, 6. Let's double check. Yep, okay, so that is, just wanted to make sure that has the unaccented on the every other. Export. I'm going to choose the right folder, MainStage Songs, Forever, include autumn pan. Include volume pan automation. And then hit save. We just kind of go through this. So maybe I'll fast forward again through this part. Okay, so we're back. We're going to Forever, and we have the tracks uploaded here. So let's just go ahead and drag them into their appropriate place. You might be wondering, like, how do you know 18 is percussion, 19 is lead electric? We kind of have a standard that 17 is always the click and cues, 18 is always a percussion or a loop, or it's kind of a miscellaneous. 19 is always lead electric, 20 is always rhythm electric. If there's not a lead electric, usually there is something. Then 21's usually background vocals, or sometimes it's acoustic. And 22 is usually either a synth or strings or something like that. Or you can put acoustic in there. But 23 is always a pad, so that our sound guys know that that's the channel that transitions the songs. And then 24, for this song, it's strings, But usually if there's an organ, the organ's always going to be on 24, or if there's some type of keys that moves, kind of like in This Is Amazing Grace, where it goes da 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 da, we put it in 24. So let's test this out.
1, 2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
1,
Let's see how the
2,
transition goes.
intro, 2, 3, 4. End, 2, 3, 4. Next song. 1, 2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
Good. Let's hear the end.
End, 2, 3, 4.
Good. All right, and then we do what we
1, 2,
We hit save. And then consolidate. And you're done.